that thanks, Melissa, when you make a decision to show up here for trainings like this, I can guarantee that if you just follow what your coach is saying, if you have a coach, if you follow what Melissa does and what Stacy does and what Christy does, there is no better help to earn Founders Club than being in this group. So congrats to all of you for showing up. And I encourage you to show up every week, no matter what. If you have to watch the recording, that's okay, watch the recording. But what Melissa and Stacy and Christy can teach us will get us on the beach every year. So that's a start. Now, the other thing I wanted to add to that, when I started, I've been doing this 7 years now, and I didn't really have a coach that kind of knew the business. She was brand new, and so I was just kind of running on my own, and I got to gold manager by myself. I didn't have a team. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was working hard. I sold a lot of kits, and so I got to gold manager. I didn't even know what Founders Club was at the beginning. And so what I did is I started reaching out to people and asking for help, people like Melissa and people like Holly Parrish and Robin and Kala. I would reach out to people and say, hey, I just want to do this. I made the decision when I got to gold manager. After 2 years, I said, I can quit or I can go for it. And I decided to go for it. Making that decision, I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to wait for people. I'm going to go out and I'm going to find the help. I'm going to find out what I need to do to get on that trip. Because once I found out what Founders Club was, there was no way I was going to miss it. And so one of the tips that I want to show you, though, is don't do what I did, where I put blinders on, which is good because I was focusing on the business, but I started doing all these trainings. I did the Eric Worre, his first program that was like 5-6 days a week. It was crazy. I did all kinds of mini trainings, Insta Club Hub. I did the Jessie Lee Ward, and I don't regret that one for a second. That one was really good. But I started doing all the trainings. Then I was watching Room at the Top and Sunday Night Live and the Founders Club, and I found that I was always training. So it's good because you're learning a lot. But if there's no action with the training, hold on one sec. Sorry. If there's no action with the training, if all you're doing is training, nothing's going to happen. You have to take what you're learning and implement it. So what I would recommend is focus on this one first, because if Founders Club is your goal, focus on this group because the trainings that are in here will help you get there. And then for the other ones, pick and choose ones that you know you can do the action for. And I'll tell you 3 tips that I want to show you to go along with that. There are 3 things that you can focus on that will also get you there. The first thing is time management. And I'm going to steal something from Oliver. He said, no matter what time you have, if you have 15 minutes a day and that's all you have, then you obsess with that 15 minutes. Nothing else matters. You don't answer your phone. You don't walk the dog, you don't do anything but work your business in that 15 minutes. Now, most of us have more than 15 minutes. And so sometimes it's worse, since I retired from teaching, I found I have so much time. My time is completely flexible. So my time management is not as good. So what I've learned is I have to schedule things. If I'm going to do my IPAs, then I have to schedule a time to do them. If I don't, I just say, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. So time management, scheduling things is really key. The second thing is multitasking, because instead of sitting and watching all the trainings, you can't see this because I'm not moving, but I actually bought myself a little walking pad to go under my desk. I got a stand-up desk and a walking pad so that I wasn't taking time to go to the gym. I wasn't taking time to go for a walk because I wanted to just do the business and I wanted to get to executive. That was my goal. So I stopped all the exercise and I stopped everything, and that was worse. So I'm not recommending that. But if you can multitask, even if you're going for a walk and you have your headphones on, listen to the trainings then. If you have a drive every day to go to work, listen to the trainings then. On your treadmill, when you go to the gym, whenever you're cooking, you can set your phone up or your iPad, listen to the trainings then, so that you don't have to just sit and watch. You can get other things done. You can do your laundry, you can do whatever you need to do and listen to the trainings, because the trainings are so important, but you don't have time to sit and watch everything. So that would be my second thing. And the third thing, this is one thing that Jessie Lee Ward taught us, and it's the best thing. She says, pay someone to do things that anybody can do so that you can do things that only you can do. And that really hit me because anybody can wash my floors, anybody can do my laundry, anybody can clean my house, do anything. But only I can connect with my customers and my partners. Even if I had a virtual assistant, which I wish I did, they can't connect to my people the way that I can. So if I can take a certain amount of time, whatever your time frame is, I would recommend at least 90 days, pay somebody, or if you have a spouse, I'm lucky my spouse is also retired and he cleans the house and does the laundry and feeds me and does all that. So if you don't have that, if your partner is still working or they have other things, if you can hire someone for a little while so that you can focus on your people, it makes a huge difference because you're the only one that can do that. Okay, so that was one thing that she taught us. The other thing I would recommend is when you give yourself a time period, this is a really good time because January is coming up. So if you give yourself a 90-day run where you decide you're going to make this work, you want to earn Founders Club, you're going to focus on getting your unique accounts, then give yourself that time period. A really good timeline for us would be before Zing Fling in Anaheim. Get it done before then. So map it out. I would suggest you get a whiteboard. I've got huge whiteboards all over my walls because I do all my planning, and I plan it out. So I know that I'm going to get it before Anaheim. That's a definite thing. There's no doubt because I believe it can happen and I'm going to make it happen. And that's part of the thing, is just knowing that you can do it. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about at the beginning too is there is no better time than right now. Holy cow, are you guys having fun with all this X5 and BOGO stuff? Like my mind literally today, I was just like, I can't wait for tonight. I was so excited about doing the Zoom tonight, but I was so excited to sleep in tomorrow morning knowing that, okay, I got my X5, I got all my unique accounts that were close, so that I can just kind of move on and not be all, I got to get it before they run out. I got to get my partners to get it before it runs out. It was that frantic rush, but it's so much fun because I'm finding if your goal is Founders Club, if you can focus on the X5, it's done. It's done for you. Like, thank you, Oliver. I could just give him a big hug because if your goal is to get your five, like who couldn't use that $500 right now, right? I sure could. And so that was my goal. I have to get my five, October, November, December. So those five that I got each month, then I want to turn around and help them get their five. Because if you can put that $991 in their pocket, imagine how happy they're going to be. And they don't even know it. Like you don't have to explain all the details about the promo. You can just say, hey, now that you have the products, let's get it paid. Let's pay for those Christmas bills before the Visa bill even comes in. Let's get it done. And you just tell them what to do. Okay, let's go invite to the testimony page. They do that. And most people, if you're excited about it and you say you can get that cash in their pocket, they're going to do it. Not many people would refuse getting that cash, right? So use that X5, get excited about it, because honestly, if you're scared to talk about the business, they will feel that. And if they sense that you're nervous and you're kind of like, do you want to be my partner? There's a big difference in showing your excitement and, hey, let's do this together. Let's go to Puerto Vallarta and together we'll be on the beach. And, they hear your excitement, they hear your passion, not just about the products, but about the business. So use that X5. And the BOGO, from what I hear, is the first of many things coming in the new year that are going to help us so much with our business. So when they offer something, I know when the BOGO came out, or what was it right after month end? There was something after month end, and then it was something else, and it was like, oh, okay, just give us a break, give us one day. But you know what? I don't want to. The momentum goes. So when our five are excited and then the BOGO comes out, they're even more excited, and then they can get their five excited. So we want to keep that momentum going into the new year, because after January 3rd, when all this new transformation stuff comes out, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to help us. So get things in place now. If you can, get your people excited now so that they can hop on that stuff too. Um, the other thing that I wanted to talk about in particular tonight is that there's no better time, because how many of you feel a little bit icky talking to people about the business? Like, honestly, to bring up the business first. Raise your hand if you're a little bit nervous, a little bit shy. Okay. I was too. I always felt salesy, like I'm trying to make money off of you. But that has changed so much, because now that we know we can put that money in their pocket, I feel so good that I get to share that with them. But what I want you to think about is, in the next couple weeks, how many dinner conversations are you going to be able to have? How many family get togethers are you going to? How many of your friends are you going to see that you haven't seen in a while? What an opportunity that is. And I don't want you to turn these holiday dinners into Spamela, where everybody's going to be, get out of the kitchen, she's in the kitchen. You don't want to be that one person that's always talking about your business, but use it in a way that, you hear the conversations, that Aunt Linda has terrible knees and that they're really bothering her. Your brother's arthritis is really bugging him. Your sister has migraines. Whatever the issues are, listen to what they're saying, and without being salesy, you can talk about your friend who used to have that and now it's gone. Or, I was talking about some of the non-scale victories that my customers shared with me. And, when your Aunt Susie is bending over to take her shoes off and she's out of breath, but things like that, where I can talk about my friends that, I'm just going to be honest with you. One of my friends who is very, very large and very uncomfortable, she said to me, she says, you know what? Honestly, the best thing, I can wipe my bum comfortably. And she said, people have no idea, unless you're that big, they can't get around there. And like, she had me in tears. She said, I can sit and cross my legs. She said, I haven't crossed my legs since I was a teenager. And you need to look at these things that people are suffering from, and know that we get to help them. We don't want to be salesy, but we also don't want to be shy about what we can offer them. I always think about Jana and her thing about, we have the key to unlock someone's prison. We really do. And so there's the product side, but especially around the holiday conversations, if you don't want to talk about the $991 that they can earn, talk about the trips you're going to go on. Talk about how, if you're going to Cancun, how right after Christmas you're so excited because you're going to Cancun, or next year you're going to Puerto Vallarta. Like, put it in the present tense. You're going, and they're going to ask how. And so if the money part is uncomfortable for you, use the travel, because I don't know too many people that don't want to travel, and it's a great topic of conversation around the dinner table, because you can talk about what you're going to do in Mexico, and you can talk about who's going to be there with you and how you're excited to see your friends again. So I know I use travel a lot in conversation, because it's a hook, and whether it's the money or whether it's the extra 500, if you tell them that they can earn a trip and they see that you're going to do it, it brings it more credibility, because it's not just the top earners in the company. As you know, this trip is for everybody, and it's more people who are just starting who actually have a better chance of earning it because they have a lot more new people around. So don't be scared to offer that around the conversation as well. Um, Let me just check my list here. Like I said, I did this right before because it was so darn busy. Um, about your posture, about being passionate, holiday conversations, using the travel. Now, I did in my presentation that I did on stage in Dallas, I had a PowerPoint where I was showing people that it's so much more than a trip. And I think we need to wrap our heads around that too, because nobody loves to travel more than I do. That is, like I said, that's my minimum here. But the stories that I shared with the pictures, like I had a picture of Melissa and her dad, and part of that was she gets to spend time looking after her dad because of this company, because of her business thriving. Maddie and Logan get to spend time with their kids, raising their kids, doing all the grounding outside and the chickens and all the stuff that they get to do because of this business. Lori, saved her house and built this big, beautiful mansion where she has all these singular parties, and just people that have changed their entire lives because of the business. So by focusing on the Founders Club and getting those unique accounts and earning the trip, you're showing other people that it can be duplicated. And as that money grows, the trip will be there, but their bank accounts are going to grow too, which will help with whatever their goals are. And that's my other piece of advice would be find out what their goals are. Ask them what they want. Do they want the time freedom? Do they want to pay off their debts? Like that was my issue when I started. I couldn't even afford a bottle of Zing. I had so much debt and I couldn't retire from teaching. And so the stress of that alone was making me sick. So not only did the products help with that, but the opportunity helped with that stress as well. And then the travel, well, that was the icing on the cake. So where are we at in time? Almost there. So I've been talking a lot. Does anybody have any questions or things you want to talk about in particular as to I was going to share my slides about, the tips about sip and seas and Facebook parties, but I'll just take a screenshot of it and I'll put it in the comments because I don't want to keep you too long either. I know everybody's so busy. Any questions though, or things you're not sure about?
You should be able to share your screen, Tammy, if you want to.
Do you want me to?
If you want to, yeah.
Okay. Um, oh, there it is right there. Okay. Um, can everybody see my screen right now?
Yep, we sure can.
Um, just want to show slideshow. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go through a couple of things just because, I mean, these are some of the trips that we went on. They were just incredible, just the pictures alone. Um, the thing about the community, I think, is the biggest thing for me. This one in the corner in the water. That was one of the best days of my life. I'll never forget the conversations that we had in the water that day. I learned so much because, like I said, I started at the beginning. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and so I was just kind of working my butt off and praying that I would get there. And then I get to spend the day in the water with Jan and Jana and Danelle and Melissa and whoever's there. I sit and I learn. I'm like a sponge and I soak everything in. That's one of my favorite parts. That's Lori's house that she saved and turned into the mansion. Holly and Steve, they put on their vision board they wanted to own a beach house, and that's what they did, and even hurricanes can't stop them from living that dream, and it's pretty incredible what they've been able to do there. Um, this was Jana being able to take her kids and her grandkids back to Sundance because that was her favorite trip, and she could do it because of her business. She was able to do it for all of them. There's Melissa and her wonderful dad. That's Stacy being able to take his grandkids to Disney, Christy able to take her daughter anywhere because she has the time. So all her sports, and then she even did that impromptu trip to where was it? Alaska, Melissa? I think it was Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Alaska.
Oh yeah, you're there, Christy. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I'm
what
here.
an opportunity to be able to do that, right? And there's Maddie and Logan with their kids, and just some of the pictures from the trip. So again, being intentional about what your goals are. These are some of the things. I can screenshot that and put it in the comments. But it's the basic IPAs that people talk about. And what I was focusing on is if what you're doing now isn't working, try something else. You know, if you've been doing Facebook parties and you just haven't had any luck, stop doing Facebook parties and start doing in-person events. Start doing home parties. Whatever you can do to change it up, because if it's not working, then it's not going to work any longer. So just try different things. I think we talked about most of these. The whiteboard is very important, and connection calls. Now that one, I need a reminder to myself because I don't do enough connection calls. Again, I'm so used to doing things on my own, but I need to share the community with my prospects because that's the biggest thing that keeps me here is the community. And so we need to share that. And I mean, just looking at the pictures, you can see that that's a huge part of it. That was my son that, you know, I was talking about the athlete bundles, and so that's what we did for him. So I'm going to stop the share. There we go. Yeah, so there's nothing better than the Founders Club trip. You just have to decide you want to do it. Look for the people that can help you get there. And like I said, this group with Christy and Melissa and Stacy should be your number one choice. If you can't watch it live, then watch the recordings. Room at the Top, Sunday Night Live, but always your coach. If your coach is active and working, then your coach will lead you in the right direction. All right, so that's all I got, Melissa, unless there's any questions.
That was so good. I'm so sorry I was late. My dad, I had to do something with him right before I got up, like as soon as it started. So it was really, really good. Christy, you want to you would I know she's at her mom's. So I'm telling you, it's been crazy, but you know what? God is good. We are blessed, right?
Yeah.
I will add something because we had first off, I want to make sure everybody remembers that we've only got a couple of weeks left for the first quarter. And you get $100 bonus if you get 2 unique accounts and 25 points. So not only do you get $100 bonus toward your trip in April towards where are we going? We're going to Anaheim, towards Fling, but you also get in the rotation for the people that order through the corporate link. So when people go to the just the Singular website and order and they don't have a sponsor, those people are all the people that qualify for Quarterly Founders Club are in the rotation to get those people. You get their points, you get their money, you get the commission for it, and then you get a potential partner. I mean, you never know who's going to show up on there. We've had some really good people that have that we've gotten through that. You also get to go to the Founders Club Lounge when you go to Fling. You get your lunch and dinner, you get a free gift, you get a photo shoot, and then you get recognition on stage. So it's really important to shoot for the Quarterly Founders Club qualifications. Plus, if you do it all 4 quarters, you get the trip. So there you go. So that's important. Also, my team got to have lunch with Oliver yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
He flew to Georgia. I won the thing that we had. He flew to Georgia, and he was an open book. One of the things that I asked him was, with all that's happening in 2025, I mean, and I'm going to tell you, whoa, just put on your seatbelt because dang, I'm so excited. My team is excited, and he just spilled the beans, and it's going to be so good, you guys. But one of the things I asked was, with all of the things that's coming, what would be the best thing to do right now in the next few weeks until all this stuff, like Do not miss. If you haven't registered for the third, holy crap, get registered because you do not want to miss that. But what he said was get people re-engaged. Go back to every partner you've ever had and say, and this is what he said. This is, write this down because this statement right here was like, I was like blown away because he said, you know, he's new. And what he has seen that Zingular is it is a legacy company with a startup opportunity right now. Go back to every partner you've ever had and re-engage them. Tell 6 months from now, what he said was Zingular is going to be a totally different company. And it's going to be so much better than it's ever been. You're going to make more money than you've ever made if you get busy and if you work. It's not going to just fall in your lap, but you got to work it. But the potential and what's coming, y'all, I can't even tell you. I'm so excited. So re-engage. And then the last thing that I wanted to tell you, what was it? Hang on. And instead of calling it network marketing, or instead of calling it direct sales, or instead of calling what we do multi-level marketing, what if you call it pay it forward marketing? Think about what it's done for you. Oliver didn't say that, by the way. This is what if you think about everything that it's done for you and you go into it to pay it forward to somebody else? Pay it forward marketing. That's what we do. That is the gift that we have, that we can pay it forward to someone else. I want to tell you, you want to pay this forward to other people. What we have, and Zingular is the company that it is not going to go down like so many other companies. They're losing money. They're changing their compensation plan. They're restructuring everything. Y'all, we are just getting started and we are about to explode. Like there is an explosion coming like nothing you have ever seen. Like everything that they have got planned, and we tasted a new limited flavor. Holy crap. Best tasting thing that Zingular's ever let out. There's new products coming. I'll tell you guys, there's new products coming. There's changes to the compensation plan coming. They're changing verbiage. I think most everybody should have gotten an email on that. Instead of it being rapid rewards, which nobody understands, first order bonus. I mean, that makes sense, right? Reorder bonus makes sense, right? Things that we have now are coming back in January. Hint, hint. I mean, good stuff is coming. And do not, every spare minute that you have, put it into what you're doing. Put it into your Zingular business. Put it into prospecting. Put it into your customers, trying to upgrade them. Go back through every single person that has not ordered in the last 3 months. Everybody that didn't order last month. Go to those people and say, look, can I help you order? Look, we got this. Get your, buy one, get, is Snickerdoodle still available? I don't know. I think they were like 90% gone. So get your last bags of Snickerdoodle, whatever it is. But get people excited. It's going to start with you. You've got to get excited. You've got to spread that momentum, and be a match, because one match can cause a wildfire. You be the match. Strike it up, baby. Let's go, because it's about to get good up in here. I'm so excited. So Tammy, thank you so much. Again, I'm sorry I missed the first few minutes of that. Sorry, but I got the rest of it recorded. But just lock arms with the people like around you. If you don't have anybody that you're working with directly, find somebody on here and let's lock arms and let's be accountable. Make sure you're in with your accountability partners, and let's take this thing to the next level. Let's rank up. I don't care where you ended last month, this month, rank up from there. And if you haven't done anything or what you're doing right now is not working the first half of the month, pivot, like Tammy said, pivot, try something different. Don't keep doing the same thing. Do something different in this month. Like, I don't care if it's Christmas. I don't care if it's Christmas Eve. I don't care if it's New Year's. I don't care if it's New Year's Eve. People are going to be looking for what they're going to have Christmas cash. They're going to be looking for what you got, and they're going to order from somebody. Don't let them buy their weight loss products from somebody else. Go open your doors, go post, go live, go message, go call, go do everything you got to do to make sure people know that your doors are open. So I love you guys so much. I will go ahead, I'll declare it. I'll say Ephesians 3:20. I'll declare it over all of you. God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can think or ask because we honor him. His blessings are going to chase us down and overtake us. You are in the right place at the right time, and I declare a boldness to rise up in each one of you. God's going to open supernatural doors. People are going to seek us out, and we are going to rise in the ranks because we give him the honor and glory. Love you guys. Bye.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And I'll be training next week, just so you know, even though it's the 26th, I'll still be on. So I don't expect many people. If you don't want to get on, you can't. You don't have to, but it's gonna be good. Love y'all.
Love you.
Bye.